So, with this marking the year, or at least fully marking the year, along with last year, basically, that the Mecha Sally arc started, this portion of, I guess you could say, the looking back anniversary, if you will, of the arc that ran for way longer than it should have, has always brought up a question I'm sure a lot of fans have been wondering. Now, we know that Archie Sonic Online is pretty much, picking up where the original pre-soft reboot of the official Archie comic left off. But the question obviously is, though, had nothing happened that would have caused the reboot to occur, the soft reboot, if you will, to occur, the question is, what would have happened once Ian Flynn's original plans to restore Sally, thus resulting in the design we would see her get in the reboot, if you will, what would have happened with her, later on? Like, how would she react, if you will? How would she react to, getting back on the battlefield when she was ready and going into that, what would be considered the final confrontation with Eggman? How would she feel? Well, obviously, part of Ian's story, in my opinion, would focus on her trying to, recollect herself, try to refocus on being a freedom fighter and on what the mission was from the beginning, from the outset. But I think also what would have happened, and this is just my opinion, I'm sure I'm not alone in thinking this, is that despite going through all those paces, all those steps to get, back onto balanced, steady ground, both mentally and physically, that she would be put in a position that when she would finally confront Eggman along with Sonic, that perhaps she might basically let her emotions really get the best of her. And what I mean is the fact that I could see, I could have seen what I'm trying to say, Ian Flynn basically doing a portion of the story, had things gone as originally as he planned. I could have seen him towards the finale, of the original outset, if you will, of her and Sonic and the rest of the freedom fighters confronting Eggman on the Death Egg, or at least maybe after the Death Egg has been grounded or whatever. I could see her basically letting her emotions get the best of her, attacking Eggman and threatening to finally finish him once and for all. In other words, kill him. And of course, this being an all ages comic where some stories will tend to lean in towards the older audience direction, longtime fans that is, I could see some kind of a scenario like that playing out. I could also see Eggman not wanting to be on the verge of death or anything, and even begging someone like Sonic to try to get Sally off of him before she kills him. And Sonic is playing it cool, like, I think Sally's got a point. Maybe we'd be best without you being in this world. Maybe things would be better, and all that. So, I could honestly see a scenario like that playing out. I really could. Where basically, like I said, Sally lets her emotions get the best of her. She attacks Eggman. It surprises the others, but they also know it's justified. And, Sonic, being himself, kind of plays it cool and acts like, well, you know what, Eggy? I could get her off you, but maybe it'd be best if we were... Sorry about that, but like sorry about that. But like I said, you know, I could see a scenario like that where Sonic would play it cool, you know, Eggman's begging him for help and all that, and Sonic's like, nah, you know, I think Sal's got a point, we'd be better off without you in this world. You know, just really getting Eggman to a point to where he's begging, and then finally Sonic kind of like gives her a look, kind of pulls off and says, I think he's done, Sal. I think he's finished. She reluctantly pulls off, and then Eggman says, not Eggman, but then Sonic says, you know, I could have let her finish you, but I pulled her off on a condition that you basically are under arrest, and you go back to the cell where we had you. And that's about it. So I could see, like I said, as I checked the time there, I could see something like that, you know, happening. You know, somebody's drone. But like I said, I could see a scenario like that playing out in Ian's original plans, to where, like I said, Sally would basically, you know, find a balance before she got back on the you know, field, and then when she confronts Eggman, she lets all the emotions come out because of what he did to her. She's on the verge of killing him, you know, which surprises the others. But then, you know, when he's begging for mercy, you know, Sonic's playing it off like, yeah, maybe Sal's got a point to get rid of you, until finally Eggman agrees he'll do anything, in which Sonic does pull off and tells Eggman, you basically get back into that cell where we had you and remain there to your trial. So again, I could see a scenario like that playing out. I really could. But that's just one of those what if scenarios that we may never get a true answer to. We may not. But they check the time here. But yeah, it's like I said, it's one of those scenarios we may not get a true answer to whatsoever. But we'll just have to see. We'll just have to see if Ian does someday decide to give us an answer as to what would have been the outcome in the end. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below in the comments, as well as in the live chat during the premiere. Let me know what your thoughts are. How do you feel about it? Do you think we would have had something like that? Or do you think Archie Sonic Online will probably provide that moment? Let me know down below, and I am out.